Food for thought. You are not your mistakes. Sometimes it is super easy to get caught up in the thought of X, Y, and Z happen. I did this, and this happened, and I made a big mistake. It is really hard to get out of your head and to move forward. It is. And it's not something to bat an eye about. But just because we make those mistakes doesn't mean that we can't do better. It doesn't mean that we can't learn from what happened. We don't necessarily have to distinctively call them mistakes. You can just say, life happened, an accident happened. Because it did. Life happened. And it is very disheartening and very heavy to make a mistake, because you work so hard trying to make sure everything goes right and trying your best, and sometimes it stinks when your best isn't the best. But the thing is, and the most important thing that you can really take away, is moving forward. Moving forward, regardless of anything, because that's all you can do. You can't dwell upon the past. You can't think about shoulda, coulda, woulda, because hindsight is always 20/20. But you can't go back. You can't redo things, and that's hard to learn, and that's hard to accept. But acceptance is hard. Learning from your mistakes is hard, because your emotions are telling you one thing, but your mind and your logic is telling you another. But the sun will set and the moon will rise, and it'll do it all over again. We have another day to try to figure it out what we're doing and try to improve tomorrow. Because no matter how big or how small or whatever size your mistake was, it won't matter in 10 years. It'll be just something of the past. Because remember when you did something wrong as a kid? When you, I don't know the type of kid you were. If you stole something, if you, I don't know, hit a kid, ran over a bug, lied to your parents or your guardian. In the moment, it was major doo-doo. You were in it. But a year from now, a month from now, depending upon what's going on, it's not gonna matter. And that, know, if this is applicable, I hope it is, that you tried your best. And even if you didn't, and you did it maliciously, and you regret it, that's okay. Because we're all humans and we all make mistakes. Some are smaller than others, some are bigger than others, some are more impactful, and some are less impactful. Oops, I burnt my toast. Oops, I burnt down my house. Big difference. But it's an accident. And I say this because life moves on. Life continues. And if it doesn't get solved, it was never meant to be solved in the first place by you. And not to say somebody else is going to pick up what happened or pick it up for you, but it's to say that maybe your job was never to fix something. Maybe your job was never to help it or do something better. Maybe rather it was to learn from it. Because at the end of the day, whether your oopsie made an impact, it's the most important thing to understand that you learned from it. And it sucks just to throw it in that bucket, the learning bucket. But that is the only way that you can do it without dwelling upon it. Because what has been done has been done. And you can't go back. But all you can do is moving forward is learn from those. And not that you have to have redemption. Not everything needs to be redeemed. You don't need to be redeemed. I don't need to be redeemed. But rather, we can reinvent ourselves. We can learn from our past, and we can change. And I hope you know I make mistakes too. I literally, today was not very good. I accidentally almost destroyed my mentor's entire work. Oops. And I completely did one of my tasks incorrectly. I was so proud. I was like, last week I got everything done that I needed to. No, I messed it up. And yeah, because I told my mentor, I was like, hey, so-and-so, this what happened. And he literally got out of his chair running, and he went into the room and he started fixing it. And I was shell-shocked. And what I took away from that is you can never be too sure of something. Always double check, always triple check, always do the extra mile, because it might save your butt and your mentor's work. And the other thing that I did wrong, I guess this was something I did before, and I wrote down how I did it. And I guess one thing I learned was reading how I did it before I did the task again, the project again. And he was like, well, you have to redo that project. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I'm like, I still have to do so much other stuff trying to move forward when I can't even move forward until I get these tasks done. But the thing is, this is not life or death. Yes, that would have been absolutely awful if I would have destroyed my mentor's entire 3-4 years of what he's been doing. But you gotta move on. I have to move on. I have to live my life. You have to live your life past this and past your past mistakes. And it's hard. It's hard because you have that fear in the back of your head that you're going to do something wrong again. You have that fear of, what if I do this? What if I do that? And you have doubt. But you just have to work through it. You have to work through that doubt because you have no other option. You do not have any other option. Because the only thing you can do is just continue. And deep breaths. Lots of deep breaths. And you just gotta let it out. And it's hard. Whatever chapter you're in is hard. But we still have to stay kind to people. We still have to be the kindness that we would want to receive. And we have to give what we would want to receive. Because that is the most important thing. Because the world is going to beat you down. And mistakes are going to happen. But the most important thing is what you do moving forward. And being able to be kind and loving to the people that we don't want to be. And still trying our best. Even when we don't care anymore what happens. We have to try our best because that's the way that we can get the most out of what we're doing and what we're here for. But regardless of what happens, you are not your mistakes. Your mistakes do not define you. What truly defines you is how you move forward and how you move forward and how you continue learning from those mistakes and turning those into lessons and then turning those into skills. Food for thought.